because their feet is kind of like yellowish, kind of like darker yellow, and this yellow ochre gives me a good base coat. You know, for these first steps, like priming the feet white and then applying the base coat, for these ones, I follow my steps every time. But when it comes to shading, I don't necessarily follow the same procedure every time, because throughout years I've realized that even when birds are coming into me, although they're all the same type, for example, if I get 5 bald eagles in, yes, they all have yellow feet, and but when you look closer, you can see every single one of those. Okay, now next step, we're done with all the painting. So we got our base coat done, we got our primer coat done, base coat done, and I just gently go everywhere, all over the foot, wherever I have yellowed out. And this helps with a few things. First of all, takes away that tiny bit of shine that we left here. All of a sudden, by accident, I can go back with white and fade it out again. But I mean, you can do that up to a certain degree. I mean, you can't just go back and forth between paints just because you're not careful. So you can already see the difference. I hope it shows in the camera, but there's a huge difference between the one that has only the white one and the one that we are applying the yellow ochre on it. Brush and go the bottom half very gently, and right in here where the toes meet. So I pick up just a tiny bit and I try to kind of like move it around by circular motion in here. Just play with it, not too much. I'd rather do it a few times if it's not applying enough powder. I'd rather do it a few times than just once. That is just too much. So, and this one, if it even touches the wood, you can't notice it. It's pretty much the same color. So I go right here. These knobs that they're sticking out, I touch them a little bit where I have the opportunity here, and apply it in certain areas. Not so much on this bird, but I'm going to show you anyway, because if you look at a living bird's foot, usually at the bottom, at the lower part of their feet around here, and some on the back. Well, this position is not going to allow us to see the back of the foot, but I'm just telling you, some in here between, just like you can see a little bit of a shade of kind of like spray shiny, but it'll dry matte. And yet I still try to play with different colors for different variety of paint scheme that I've seen on their feet. Just make sure you don't overdo this. Which is why I like to use pan pastel for this. In the old time, before pan pastel was found by me. I never knew anything about pen pastel about 5-6 years ago. I used to use the same acrylic white residue on it. It's just because of the calcium on these claws are getting dried out, and they're a little bit showing. So I don't worry about the ones in the back. I cannot reach them. On it does its job. You don't need to let it sit there for hours or minutes or something like that. It just gives the most natural shine and appearance to the claws. But if you don't remove enough, then you will realize that next day you come, that little bit that you thought, is sitting there too much. So feet are 100% done here.